This is part 3 of my layoff protocol. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the next part, which is actually kind of the first thing in how I'm thinking about all this, is as an adult, do you even know what you like to do? Do you even know what is fun to you? That thought occurred to me because I was thinking about, well, what jobs would I like? What would I like to do? And you kind of read things and you've probably heard people say, well, think about what you did when you were a little kid. And that probably is a pretty good indicator of what you'd like to do for a living. So I thought about that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think of all these things I liked. And sure, maybe there's truth in that, but it's like, do I still like that stuff? I'm almost 50, and it's like, what do I like now? Do I even know that? And sadly, for me, if I was being honest, I think the answer was no, I don't really know. I'm not sure. There's things that I do as a diversion, watch a movie, or play board games, watch certain YouTube videos, but oftentimes it's more of an informational thing, or can feel even like work sometimes, or there's things that I do enjoy, but it's not necessarily what's fun to me, because I was thinking about it more and I'm like, well, what does a kid do? I'm like, maybe I need to just kind of try to be in a sense like a kid, to discover what I really enjoy and have excitement for. Because a sub point from that is Warren Buffett again, on talking about what kind of people to hire. He said, you need people that have energy. You need people, you don't need them to be very smart, just reasonably intelligent, but mostly you got to have energy and morals. You don't want them to be immoral and try to rob from you. So the energy, I was thinking about that. I was like, as a kid, I had boundless energy. Obviously, there's reasons down to the cell level even for that, but a lot of it is they're not sitting around thinking about what should I do, what am I supposed to do, or thinking of being afraid of bills looming over them. And they're just constantly thinking. If you watch a kid, they're constantly thinking, when and how can I have fun? From the moment they get up, from the moment they pass out at night to go to sleep, they're constantly looking for a way to have fun. And they have an excitement and a zest for life that flows out of that. And I believe that's what Warren Buffett was essentially talking about. He fell in love with investing, I think he said like age 10 or something. So he still feels the same way about it. And he's used the term tap dancing to work. He actually loves buying and selling pieces of companies, improving these companies, and making them, kind of shining them up, restoring them in a sense, bringing them back to life, making them profitable. And that helps everybody, I guess, theoretically at least, in the company. So it's kind of a childlike excitement that he has. Oh, it's really windy here. I don't know if that might have made it worse. But So, I'm thinking, how can I have this excitement, this energy? And so that's kind of the springboard, or the starting line for all of this process is, and first you probably need to think about, what do you like? What drives you? What would drive you? Can you find something? Well, you better try, because you're going to need energy to finish this career, and not just some kind of dirty old negative energy where you're like, gotta just keep going, gotta keep going. That doesn't work in my experience. You have to have something you believe in. Maybe that's the adult or more mature version of fun and excitement, is belief or passion. Oops, I went too far, I think. Oh no, I forgot to restart my watch. Well, I know that's about the halfway point. Anyway, my watch tells me how far I've gone, but I know from memory this is the 5 kilometer point, so I'm doing 10 total. Let me check my heart rate. Yeah, my heart rate's going high. So anyway, it's like belief, passion. That's the adult version, maybe, of excitement and fun. At least maybe a different aspect, a more mature aspect of it. So part of what I'm trying to do during this layoff period is figure that out. Figure out what do I even want? What do I think I should do? And I'm not saying just don't be responsible, or don't think at all about what you should do, but maybe stop thinking of your career and even of income as what should I be doing. Maybe just stop and at least take a chance to rethink all of that, and basically analyze it and think, is this stuff all true? These ideas I have, is this valid? And I've done a lot of that, and I think the answer is no. I think most of the reasons I've stayed in the prison of 9-to-5 jobs is fear of what other people would think, and fear of lack, fear of not having the needs met. But for example, you think of, well, what are your needs? Food, clothing, shelter. Well, what is that? That's not much. You can get a lot of that for next to nothing. Shelter is not necessarily even a house. There's people that live in tents happily. There's people that live nomadically. They move with the weather. Even in this country, the U.S., they live in a vehicle. They're happy. Or they live in temporary quarters with a seasonal job. So you got to think outside the box. We've been kind of sold a false bill of goods in a lot of ways. You don't have to have a house. You certainly don't have to have a big house. Somebody I know was looking at replacing their windows in their house, and it's like $25,000. It's like, good God. Yeah, I don't want to ever have to do something like that. That just seems... think about, what did you have to give up to earn that $25,000? I don't want to exchange that for windows. So it's... If you're watching that person, I'm not, no offense, I just trying to give examples of how what we think of as needs are not necessarily needs. The settlers used to, in their late 1800s, to go out and build a sod house like out of straw and mud blocks, you know, in the Dakotas and places like that. And then they'd, you know, gradually work up. They'd plant crops, make money off that, start building a more permanent house. And even before the sod house is done, they probably just lived out of their covered wagon, or AKA tent, you know. So that's not the only example. So anyway, you know, you got to rethink, what do I really need? And what kind of options does that open up to leave me for what I would like to do, what I would want to do? And so that's kind of the springboard, like I was saying. Maybe we, especially as adults, need to first think, heck, even as young adults or late teens, it's like, what do you really like? What are you really excited about? You know, it's like, out in the world, what would you want to go do and enjoy? And what are the things you don't even know? That's the other aspect of it. Things you don't even know you'd like, because you haven't even come close to experiencing them or having some kind of introductory exposure to them. I'm going to show you this pretty river, Little Blue River. Wait, I'm turning it wrong. A little bit pretty at least. But yeah, that's another aspect of it. It's like, maybe you got to take time to just explore what you would like. Sure, think about what you did like as a kid and things like that, but think about what sounds mildly interesting, or what do other people say sounds fun and exciting, and am I willing to go try it, get some kind of exposure to it? So that's the idea of this exploring, or this fun or excitement or adventure, that should probably be a part of anyone's career decisions. And by career, I don't just mean job. I mean the things, the activities that you are passionate about, that you believe in, that you're energized about, and then could maybe even monetize. So I think I'm going to sum up that point with that, and I'll do the next section here in a second. That was part 3 of my layoff protocol, and next will be part 4. Thanks for watching.